Laos, the landlocked heart of Southeast Asia, holds some of the region's last great rainforests. These forests are alive with hidden creatures, rare mammals, secretive reptiles, and birds that shimmer like jewels. Among them, one stands apart for its beauty and elusiveness, the grey peacock pheasant. For centuries it has been a symbol of resilience, yet today, in 2025, its future hangs in the balance. The grey peacock pheasant, Polyplectron bicalcaratum, is a master of disguise. Cloaked in grey-brown plumage, it blends perfectly with the leaf litter of the forest floor. But when it chooses, it reveals its hidden brilliance. Feathers adorned with emerald and violet eye spots that catch the light like gemstones. Males fan their tails in elaborate courtship dances, circling females with a display that is as ancient as the forest itself. This bird is found across parts of South and Southeast Asia, but in Laos it is a creature of the lowland evergreen forests and mixed deciduous woodlands. Here, it plays a vital role, dispersing seeds, feeding on insects, and shaping the ecosystem from the shadows. Decades ago, villagers told stories of hearing the pheasants' calls daily at dawn and dusk. The forest floor stirred with their movements, and their feathers decorated festivals and rituals. But this abundance has faded. By the turn of the millennium, the grey peacock pheasant had slipped into scarcity in Laos. While exact numbers are difficult to know, surveys suggest Laos may now hold only a few thousand individuals at most. In fragmented habitats, some regions report fewer than 50 birds. Yet in protected forests, pockets of resilience remain. In rare places, the numbers are higher, offering a glimmer of hope. Hunting has always been part of life in Laos. For generations, it provided food, feathers, and trade goods. But as human populations grew, so did the pressure. Wire snares multiplied across the forests, and the pheasant's slow reproductive rate made it particularly vulnerable. Even when not the primary target, the grey peacock pheasant often fell victim to traps meant for other animals. Demand from urban wildlife markets intensified the pressure. What was once subsistence became commerce. The pheasant, unable to withstand the trap lines, began to vanish. By the early 2000s, concern grew. Conservationists realized that without action, the grey peacock pheasant could disappear from Laos altogether. National parks such as Nam Et Phu Luay and Nakai Nam Thun became sanctuaries where hunting was restricted, and biodiversity surveys began to reveal something remarkable. The pheasant, though reduced, was holding on. Camera traps and bioacoustic surveys captured their presence, proving that even in silence, the forest still carried their hidden songs. Today, estimates suggest fewer than 2,000 mature individuals remain in Laos. In some regions, numbers are frighteningly low, Entire forests may hold only a handful of breeding pairs. Yet in healthier ecosystems, particularly where local communities cooperate with conservation groups, higher counts bring hope. The difference between low and high numbers tells a story not just of biology, but of human choice. Across Laos, a new generation is stepping forward. Community rangers dismantle snares. Conservation groups train villagers in sustainable livelihoods, from eco-tourism to non-timber forest products. For them, the pheasant is more than a bird, it is a guardian of the forest. Protecting it means protecting the ecosystem that sustains rivers, crops, and life itself. Cut to interview. Young conservationist. If the grey peacock pheasant disappears, what else will follow? The forest is our future. Saving the pheasant means saving ourselves. But the threats remain. Logging, agriculture, and infrastructure carve through the rainforest. Poaching, though reduced in some areas, still continues in others. The battle is far from won. Without consistent enforcement and community engagement, even the remaining high populations could decline. In the shimmer of its feathers lies the story of Laos's rainforests, a story of beauty, fragility, and resilience. The grey peacock pheasant may be rare, but it is not yet lost. If forests are protected, if hunting is curbed, if people and nature can thrive together, then its echoing call will not fade into silence. The choice is ours. The time is now. In the gentle folds of Southeast Asia, where mist dances over mountains and rivers sing to the trees, lies a quiet, beautiful land, Laos. More than just forests and rivers, Laos is a home, not only to animals, but to people whose hearts are as warm as the sun that rises over the Mekong. In every village, kindness flows like water. Neighbors are family. Strangers become friends. The people of Laos live close to the land, planting, harvesting, living in rhythm with the seasons. Their smiles are soft, their greetings gentle. A simple sabaidi carries the warmth of 100 welcomes. Children laugh freely, chasing butterflies through golden rice fields, or splashing in the cool river with joy that knows no borders. Their eyes shine like stars, innocent, curious, and full of wonder for the world around them. In these villages, humans and animals share the same earth. Buffalo rest beneath bamboo trees, dogs nap beside market stalls, and birds nest in homes built with open hands. Whether in mountain towns or riverside hamlets, the spirit of Laos is quiet but strong. It lives in the songs sung at sunset, in the gentle hands offering food to monks each morning, in the laughter that floats like wind through stilted wooden homes. This is a land where harmony still lives, where nature and people walk side by side, not in conflict, but in quiet understanding. This is Laos. The silver pheasant, Laphura nycthamera, is found across Southeast Asia. But in Laos, its story is one of both beauty and fragility. These birds live in the dense undergrowth of evergreen and deciduous forests. They thrive in mountain ridges, bamboo thickets, and valleys where they scratch the soil for seeds, fruits, and insects. Their survival depends entirely on these forests. The trees provide cover from predators. The leaf litter offers food. The rains bring life. Without the forest, there is no pheasant. But their home is shrinking. Each year, the forests of Laos grow thinner, logged, burned, or cleared for agriculture. Where once the pheasants roamed in large numbers, silence now lingers. The silver pheasant is more than just a bird. It is a symbol of elegance and pride. Its flowing feathers once decorated royal courts. In some Laotian traditions, the bird's feathers are seen as signs of strength and good fortune. Males with their white plumage and crimson faces captivate attention. Females cloaked in browns blend with the forest, a natural camouflage as they guard their nests. Together, they are both art and survival. For centuries, hunting was part of life in rural Laos. It provided food for families, feathers for rituals, and stories for generations. Hunting was limited, done with balance. But in the modern era, balance has been broken. Firearms have replaced traps. Demand from urban markets has grown. The silver pheasant, once abundant, has become a target for meat, for trade, for prestige. Even inside protected areas, poachers slip through the forests, leaving behind empty silence. In some areas, the silver pheasant's numbers have fallen sharply. Where villagers once saw flocks, they now count only a few. Habitat loss and hunting create a deadly combination, shrinking the spaces where the birds can live, while removing them from the few places that remain. This is not only a loss for the species, it is a loss for the entire forest. Silver pheasants, like many ground birds, scatter seeds, control insects, and keep the balance of the ecosystem alive. Without them, the forest itself grows weaker. But the story is not finished. Across Laos, efforts to protect the silver pheasant are growing. National protected areas offer sanctuaries where the birds still roam. Rangers risk their safety to deter hunters, and communities are beginning to see the value of conservation. Ecotourism brings new opportunities. A living forest attracts visitors, and every sighting of a silver pheasant becomes both a memory and a reason to protect it. Captive breeding and reintroduction give hope where populations are dangerously low. Silver pheasants adapt well when protected. Their resilience is strong, but only if humans give them space to thrive. If hunting decreases and forests are restored, numbers rise. Where once there was silence, the forest regains its voice. The survival of the silver pheasant is not just about saving a single bird. It is about safeguarding the spirit of Laos's forests, a heritage that belongs to both people and wildlife. If the forests endure, if the pheasant's call continues to echo, then future generations will inherit not emptiness, but abundance. The choice lies in our hands: to protect, to restore, to listen to the whispers of the silver pheasant and ensure they are never silenced. The mist clings to the jagged limestone karsts of the Annamite Mountains, a primordial range separating Laos from Vietnam. The jungle is a symphony of waking life. The distant whoop of gibbons, the chatter of unseen langurs, and the incessant drone of cicadas. The air is thick, humid, and heavy with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. Here, in one of the most biodiverse and least explored ecosystems on Earth, a legend walks. This is the realm of the Vietnamese crested argus, Rhinardia ocellata. Not a myth, but a bird so elusive, so perfectly woven into the tapestry of the forest, that it has earned the title of a phantom in the deep primary evergreen forests of eastern Laos, where time moves to the rhythm of the seasons and the shadows hold ancient secrets. A masterpiece of evolution hides in plain sight. To find it, one must have the patience of a monk and the luck of a lottery winner. For we are searching not just for a bird, but for a spectre, the Vietnamese crested argus. The Vietnamese crested argus is, without exaggeration, one of the most spectacular birds on the planet. While its more famous cousin, the great argus, is celebrated, the crested argus is its more enigmatic, arguably more elegant, relative. Its body is the size of a large pheasant, a canvas of rich chestnut and black, intricately patterned with hundreds of delicate white ocelli, eye-shaped spots that provide perfect camouflage in the dappled forest light. But its true claim to fame is its tail, or more accurately, its twin central tail feathers. In the male, these two feathers are not merely long, they are absurdly, breathtakingly so. They can grow up to 2 meters in length, nearly 6 times the length of its body. They are not used for flight, but for display, a banner of extreme evolution. When he moves through the undergrowth, he carries these magnificent plumes behind him like a silent flowing train, a ribbon of brown and white effortlessly gliding over the forest floor, never snagging. And then there is his voice. The raison d'être for the male's extravagant plumage is his courtship display. But unlike the great argus, which clears a dancing ground, the Vietnamese crested argus performs his ballet on a stage of his own making, a fallen log or a low horizontal branch. When a female is near, the male begins. He raises his 2 incredible tail feathers, fanning them out and forward over his head and body, creating a breathtaking, shimmering canopy of spots. These immense feathers now form a parabolic shield encircling him. He becomes a living sculpture, a vortex of pattern and form. From the front, the female sees not a bird, but a mesmerizing mosaic of eyes, a pulsating work of art. He shakes and quivers, the feathers rattling softly, the spots creating an illusion of movement designed to hypnotize. This display is one of the most complex and least witnessed avian behaviors in the world. To see it is a privilege afforded to a handful of scientists and incredibly fortunate forest dwellers. Once found in the humid forests of Vietnam and Laos, the species has been pushed to the brink of extinction in Vietnam by hunting and catastrophic habitat loss. This makes the mountains of central and southern Laos, particularly the remote and rugged protected areas like the Zisap National Biodiversity Conservation Area, and the adjacent forests its last great stronghold. Here, the forests are still vast and interconnected. The human population is sparse, and traditional beliefs in some areas have, until recently, offered the bird a form of protection. Some indigenous communities revere the argus, believing its long tail feathers are the dwelling place of spirits or that its call is an omen. This cultural taboo against hunting it has been a silent guardian. Life for the argus is one of solitude. It is terrestrial, spending its days walking quietly on its strong legs, foraging for fallen fruits, insects, and small invertebrates on the forest floor. Its cryptic plumage makes it vanish instantly. A single step aside, and it is absorbed back into the greens and browns of the understory. It flies only when absolutely necessary, bursting upwards with powerful wing beats to escape danger, its long tail flowing behind it before it glides to a lower perch on a hillside. But the phantom is under siege. The same remoteness that has protected it is now under threat. Snaring. The most immediate danger is an epidemic of snaring. Wire snares set for wild boar, deer, and civets are indiscriminate. The ground-walking argus is tragically vulnerable, and its populations are being silently decimated in vast swathes of forest. Habitat loss. While still extensive, Laos's forests are fraying at the edges. Logging, both legal and illegal, and the conversion of land for agriculture are fragmenting the argus's world. This bird requires large, undisturbed tracts of forest. It cannot survive in patchwork landscapes. Hunting. As cultural taboos erode and access to forests increases with new roads, targeted hunting for its magnificent plumes and for the pot is a growing threat. Its lingering whistle-like call, meant to attract a mate, now tragically also beckons hunters. The fate of the Vietnamese crested argus is not yet sealed. Its story in Laos is at a tipping point. Conservation organizations, in partnership with the Lao government, are racing against time. Teams of dedicated rangers patrol the protected areas, tirelessly removing thousands of snares. Camera traps, strategically placed near display logs, are the new eyes on the forest, providing critical data on population numbers and distribution without disturbing the birds. Perhaps most importantly, work is being done with local communities. By integrating indigenous knowledge into conservation strategies and providing alternative livelihoods, the goal is to make the living forest more valuable than the hunted one. Ecotourism, though in its infancy, offers a potential future where the ghost bird becomes a flagship species, its presence generating income and pride for the people who share its home. The Vietnamese crested argus is more than just a bird. It is a barometer for the health of the Annamite ecosystem. Its continued silent walk through the Laotian rainforest is a testament to the resilience of nature and a challenge to our conscience. It represents the wild, mysterious heart of a region that still has secrets to reveal. To lose it would be to lose a living masterpiece and to allow one of the most mesmerizing performances on Earth to end forever in silence. The phantom's whistle is still heard. The question is, for how long? The answer is being written now in the forests of Laos.